What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 4 of NHL 21 Vancouver Canucks Franchise Mode Series. Again, guys, thank you so much for supporting all these episodes. If you're enjoying them, leave that thumbs up. Now, if you did miss the last episode, unfortunately, we're a second round exit again to the Edmonton Oilers, who went on to win the Stanley Cup. So, that is something. We did lose the eventual Stanley Cup winner, but I think our team was good enough to beat them. Unfortunately, we had to re-sign a bunch of guys, lost some players in the offseason, but we did draft Connor Bedard first overall, and as you can see, he's actually playing on that top line there with Elias Peterson and Bo Horvat, getting a +3, A2 overall, play like he's an 85. I'm looking for big things from him this season. But Colson, Barkov, Hoglander on the second line also get a +3. Besser here is actually dropped from the first to the third line just for chemistry reasons, but hopefully he gets enough ice time from the power play. He's playing with Malgin there and Josh Ho-Sang. Ho-Sang, great contract for 82, 950K. Malgin we got for barely anything as well. Lind, Rubtsov, VC there, I think it's a pretty solid fourth line. Defensively, Galavian and Hughes on the top pair. Luke Hughes and Riley on the second pair. And then we have Zabor and Rathbone on the bottom pair. So I think our D is good. We'd like better chemistry, but, beggars can't be choosers. Demko there is our starter, now an 88. DiPietro backing him up there. 84 makes him a very good backup. In terms of the special teams, first unit gets a +3. I think it's the same as last year. Second unit gets a +1. Of course, Bedard is on it. 4-man power play there. I've got Bedard again, trying to get him, involved as much as possible. We got a +5 PK, which is huge. 3-man there, 2 zeros isn't too bad. So overall, very happy with how this team looks heading into the Season 4. AHL team, we got a couple 80s here on the first line. So Nika, +3 on the second line. Lots of 70s. In terms of defense, +3 on that first pair. Overall, it's looking pretty good. Goaltending, Parsons an 81. Skinner backing up to 79. So really, the AHL team should make the playoffs. I don't think they did last year. I'm also going to show you guys the offense, defense, goaltending ratings really quickly here before we get started with the sim. So offense 96, defense 92, 89 goaltending. Should make us one of the better teams in the league. I believe our team status was buyer. So we're going to start here, guys, with the sim. Maybe Season 4 will be our lucky season. We can win the cup and hopefully, snowball that into even more cups in later years. Let's get started. And early on here, guys, we have a trade offer from the Senators. Zaitsev and a third-round pick for DiPietro, Garnett. DiPietro might be higher rated than Zaitsev. Yeah, he is. So I don't really know why I'd take 32-year-old A2 overall Zaitsev, who I think would actually be the worst D-man on our team. No thanks. And we're just going to trade off here, guys. We got Chenyuk for Korolev. Korolev's a medium top 6 potential prospect. So we got Chenyuk would have to be pretty good. 81 overall, again, just not worth it. Now this is interesting, guys. Seattle wants to give us a 4th for our 5th, and Garnett, who's a low bottom 6. I feel like he's definitely worth giving up to jump up around. And we got another trade off here, guys. Brian Dumoulin, a 3rd and a 4th for Hillen, medium top 6. Potential, a 3rd and a 4th, so basically it's Hillen for Dumoulin. 83 overall, so he is better than Luke Hughes and Zaboral, but he's making $5 million for the next 3 years. I feel like those two are going to grow, so again, going to say no. So at the end of December now, guys, the record of 21, 12, and 3, so we're playing pretty good here. Obviously, we all know, though, all that matters is the playoffs. Second in the division right now behind the Oilers, 1 win back. 1 game in hand, though, but Cole's in there just over a point per game. He's got 28 goals as well, so pretty solid season for him. And we just got another trade off here. Essa Lindell, a 3rd, and Boyd for Hillen, who's got medium top 6 and a 3rd. I was going to take a look at that and accidentally clicked reject. Maybe they'll offer it again. And we just got a big offer here, guys, from the St. Louis Blues. Colin Parayko and Braden McNabb for Hobson, who's medium elite. DiPietro, medium starter, 2/3. I guess they really need a goalie after losing Jordan Binnington. So Parayko, 86. He would be nice. Fits on defensive pairing 2. He's making 5.8 for the next 5 years, which really isn't that bad. McNabb, 81, doesn't actually help us. I'm not sure I'm going to do this right now. I think I'll keep it in mind, though, when we get to the deadline. And speaking of the trade deadline, guys, they actually offered me to that like a day before. So we have a record here of 35, 24, and 3. Still second in division there. Oilers still first, but Colson's actually just under a point per game now, but he's got 40 goals. So even though we made him a power forward, he's pretty much playing like a sniper. So we'll sim here to the deadline. I think, we're still a buyer for sure. Second in the division. Enter trade deadline. We'll see the top guys are available. Dylan Larkin. So he just signed with the Panthers. 1 year, $13 million. That is a crazy 1-year deal they gave him. And I guess they're not really performing, so they're going to try and see if they can trade him before he hits free agency again. Kind of like Taylor Hall, I guess. Drew Doughty there. Lots of value for being an 88. And he's making $13.6 million. Maybe they started a season with really low cap and it boosted it. I'm surprised his trade value is still that high considering how much he's getting paid. Hellbuck there, 1 year, $6 million. We're good on goalies. Same goes for Saros there. LeBanc, Mackenzie Weegar, 86, making 6.9 for the next 4 years. Eric Carlson, 86, making 11.5. Kopitar, 1 year. I feel like our forwards are pretty good. Brett Howden's not even signed, so he actually can't play for us. Burakovsky. I don't see Parayko, so maybe the Blues already trade him. I see a lot of actually trades already going down here first few minutes. Alright guys, next we're making a big trade off of the LA Kings to get Anze Kopitar, 50% retained, 86 overall. They're having a really good season. Oh my god. This is so annoying, guys. I think, honestly, I've had a trade offer happen like 3 times as I've been trying to make this trade. And it's because I'm having them retain 50% on Kopitar's contract. It says we don't have to, but I think they'll do it anyways, and it's kind of just to be safe. And that way we make sure we don't put anyone on waivers or anything. So Malcolm Subban there, I guess, has less value than Jonathan Bernier. I have to take back a goalie, as we're giving them Hobson, our medium elite goalie. Also going to be giving them Jimmy Vesey, who's got a decent amount of value. Really won't need him, I think, once Kopitar comes. Timashov, going to offer this before it goes away. Trade's accepted, okay. Honestly, guys, like that, I think I had a trade offer 4 times trying to make that trade, but Kopitar's going to come in, I think, as the 3rd line center. I'm thinking I'll probably drop Malgin to the 4th line, leave Hosang on the 3rd line with Besser and Kopitar, and I think that gives us a really solid top 9. And the trade deadline is now complete, guys. I was thinking about maybe making a trade for defenseman, but honestly just ran out of time. Let's see. I don't really know what's going on in that first trade. Calvin DeHaan, I guess. Eric Comrie to Blue Jackets. Let's see what else happens here. Alex Killorn there goes to Pittsburgh. Detroit got Mackenzie Weegar. Let's see here. Jacob Veranda goes to Boston. Detroit got a 2nd. Juleson in a 4th. I don't know why they're trading him. Freddie Anderson to Minnesota. Interesting. Andrei Burakovsky there to Buffalo. Oliver Shillington and Joel Armia go to the Vegas Golden Knights. Other than that, though, not really too many trades this deadline. John Merrill on waivers. Still an 80 overall, 32 years old. Doesn't make our team, though, so I'm just going to decline. Also, guys, I brought in Kopitar, and he's actually our scoring leader now, so go figure. That same thing happened with Malkin. And after the trade deadline, guys, here's an updated look at the lines. So the top 6 is the same. Connor Bedard's actually an 83 now. As I mentioned, Kopitar is playing in the middle there on the 3rd line between Hosang and Besser. We then have Malgin, Rubtsov, and Lynn on the 4th line. So really good forwards there. Defensively, Luke Hughes has also gone up in rating now in 83. So because of that, I'm giving him power play 2 time. If you guys are wondering as well how good Bedard's doing, I just realized I forgot to put him on the 2nd power play in it. So in terms of his stats, he's got 15 goals there and 28 assists, which isn't too bad. But I took a look at Michkov and the guy Detroit drafted, and unfortunately they're both doing better. So probably not going to win the Calder, but I'll wait till the end of the season to show you guys those stats. The 4-man power plays there, I think, are the same. In terms of the penalty kill, same first unit gets a +5. Second unit actually gets a +1 now with Kopitar. The 3-man there, I'm also having Kopitar on. So I noticed like we have very good 2-way centers between Horvat, Barkov, and Kopitar. I would like Horvat to probably not be first-line center, but it's the only way to get a +3 there. I'd also like Besser to be in the top 6, so something like that. But obviously, Besser doesn't play center. Could move Bedard to the middle, but I feel like the +3 just makes a lot more sense. If it doesn't work out, obviously, we might revisit this in the offseason. But you're going to keep simming now, guys, and hopefully the team can play as well. Well, guys, this isn't good. The season's now over. We finished the record of 43, 35, and 4, and we did not make the playoffs. 90 points there. An identical record with the Flames, 43 wins, 35 losses, 4 overtime losses. They must have more regulation overtime wins. Look at the other division. Blues and Coyotes also have 90 points and aren't making it. And then in the East, the Rangers there with 88 get in. So, I don't know, I guess a competitive year. We were 2nd in the division, and then after the deadline, we added Kopitar. We should have played better, and we actually did the opposite. We didn't play too great. You can see a few losses there at the end of the season. I believe the deadline was like the 29th. So 3 straight losses and a big win against the Wild. I mean, what is that? 4 straight losses there afterwards. A couple more losses. We didn't play terrible. We definitely didn't play, as good as we should have. I'll see how everyone did in terms of just individual stats here. I'm not a fan of what happened here, that's for sure. So Peterson just under point per game, but Colson had 50 goals. So, I mean, that's awesome to see. He's playing great for us. Quinn Hughes, 75 as a D-man. Horvat, 74. Barkov, 71. Kopitar there, definitely an expensive rental. The good thing is we got the medium league goalie for free after we traded him. So, I mean, we can't really complain. Bedard at a 61-point rookie season. That's also pretty solid. He's now an 84. Continuing to get better. I think with him, the biggest thing is the fact he's a sniper and the shot's good but not great. You guys will see that Michkov and the other guy, I think his name's Leon, are both great shots. Besser, 58. Now, he was on the 3rd line. Dropped to an 89. He's got to be playing in the top 6, I think. Like, he's just too good. Puts over a point per game when he is there. So, yeah, I think we're going to have to mix up the lines a little bit here. Luckily, I don't think we'll miss, too many players. Demko, below 0.9, 2.89. DiPietro, a bit better than him. feel like we still got to hold on to Demko for now. I'll check the AHL team here. Mestikov, 58. Ferland, 54. Anyone that's like young, Stanika, 50. Okay, so really nothing too crazy there. In terms of the goalies, Parsons had pretty good stats. I feel like at least the AHL team should be in the playoffs, but who knows. So check entire NHL here. I doubt Peterson's on the top page. Yeah, McDavid, 113. 98 overall. He should be, you know, winning at Ross about every other year like real life. Crosby, 36 years old, still getting it done. McKinnon there, so the Chemical Harbor boys. Bobby Brink, so he just gets crazy in this game. Jack Eichel, Jake Gensel, Teravainen, Chong Carlson, 104 as a D-man with 90 assists. Are you kidding me? Kucherov, Rantanen, Line. Look at all these guys. 100 plus points. Drysdale there, one shy. Looking at defensemen here, of course, Carlson's first. Hugheslow is second, so not too bad. Now, rookie skaters. Yeah, look at that. So Connor Bedard finished third. Highest potential, we took him first overall. Leon here, 6 more points with 38 goals, 29 assists. 88 overall already in his rookie season. Look at this dude's shot. Like, just stupid. 95 for the accuracy, 97 for the power. A creative player, but how insane is he? And then Michkov here on Seattle, point per game with 57 goals as a rookie. What's his shot? 97 accuracy. So it's even more accurate, just not as powerful. Like, that is just crazy to see how good those two guys are. Now, the good news is Bedard, he's a better all-around player, has the high franchise. Still, though, the fact, you know, he's an 84, Leon's an 88. Michkov's also an 84, but he's going to grow a ton after putting up a point per game rookie season. So, no Calder for Bedard, but I mean, McDavid didn't win the Calder either. I should also check, you know, the NHL standings here. Like I said, tons of teams at 90 points. I don't know, maybe this is a wake-up call. The team will bounce back from this, and we'll go on like a big cup run. So Seattle's in it. Let's see, 16th in the league. So we were, you know, technically a playoff team in terms of the entire league. St. Louis, Arizona, they're all 90. New York, they're 19, squeaks in. Definitely a tough scene this season. Minnesota last at 53 points. Goals for, yeah, usually we're up top and not even on the first page. Goals against, wow. Well, that's not good. We had the third worst goals against. Okay, guys, as I'm editing this, I realized we didn't have the third worst goals against. We actually had the third best goals against. And I want to point this out as this actually influenced a lot of my decisions during the offseason. Hopefully, they were still good decisions. But as you guys are about to see, I made some drastic changes. Maybe it's because we have a lot of offensive defensemen. Guys like Quinn Hughes, Luke Hughes, you know, Ethan Rathbone's offensive. Maybe we, Riley, trade him for someone more all-around. And play on the top pair with Quinn Hughes. So obviously Riley's not playing as much in the second pair. Definitely some things we can switch up. I'm not going to be too upset either because even when we made the playoffs the last 3 seasons, other than the first year, we were out in the second round. So really, what are you going to do? AHL team, are we in the playoffs? And we are not in the playoffs in the AHL either. I thought the AHL team was good. Just a disappointing season all around. That's tough. And check this out, guys. Talk about a weird year. The New York Rangers win the Stanley Cup. They pull a Montreal, the worst team to make the playoffs. A team that's not even in the top 16 in the entire NHL. I think Montreal's 18th. Rangers are 19th. They go on to win the Cup. I mean, Montreal are literally 1 series away from doing just that. It would be pretty crazy. Okay, good. I was worried we might have won the draft lottery here. I see that we're actually not even shown. It must be because we got the 16th pick. So yeah. Our odds to win it would be crazy low. I wonder actually, in an expansion draft, like franchise, do they have the 16th pick in the lottery? Or did they forget to include that? Because it only shows 15 there. Either way, I'm just glad you know our pick was not a lottery pick. So look at retired players. Should also, of course, look at the draft class here. High elite there from Sarnia, Smolinski. 4 mean elites behind him. Wow, a gem, 127. Our scouts found somebody. 50-50 low franchise. Okay, so we gotta make sure we get that guy. After that, this guy, high elite maybe. So he's probably like medium top 4. This guy, guaranteed medium elite. Gonna go second round. Schroeder. Okay. The scouts actually did some work this year. I like to see that. This guy could be medium elite, second round. Same with this guy, he's like a third rounder. Alright, so yeah, scouts actually put in some work. We gotta get, I think, a couple seconds in a third round pick, but we have some guys to move. Like I was saying, I want to take a look at the awards next here. Still can't believe New York Rangers there take home the Stanley Cup. So they beat the Blue Jackets in 6. They then beat the Hurricanes in 5, Lightning in 7, and the Blackhawks in 7. So I'm surprised to actually see some of the teams there. Like Blackhawks already have turned it around. Same with the Blue Jackets even. And like I was saying, look at the awards next here. So Columbus, Blue Jackets, President's Trophy winner. Rangers took him out in the first round. Individual awards, McDavid, Art Ross, and the Hart Trophy, Carlson, James Norris, Terry Vine, and Lady Byng, back-to-back years. I feel like Bedard's going to get one. Michkov, Calder, kind of figured that. Kakko with the Conn Smythe. Vasilevsky with the Vezina back-to-back years. Allmark there with the William Jennings. He actually splits it with Eric Comrie. Vakanainen there, Bill Masterton. The Seattle coach gets the Jack Adams. That's pretty cool. Dylan Larkin gets a Selke. 1-year deal with the Panthers. They put him on the trade block. McDavid, Ted Lindsay. And Michkov actually won the Richard Richard Trophy in his rookie year. I didn't realize that. I just thought he had the most goals of a rookie. That's kind of crazy. So AHL, of course. Grand Rapids Griffins with the Calder Cup. We didn't even make the playoffs. Joe Thorne's in the AHL. Still playing. Putting up the most points. That's sick. Kent Johnson there, MVP. Hasn't made the NHL yet, though. Dylan Guenther, outstanding rookie. He got drafted a few seasons ago, but maybe that'll help his potential. Jonathan Bernier, best goalie. So a lot of veterans there in the AHL. Guenther also got sportsmanship. Okay. James Reimer, lowest goals against. Like I said, you got a mix of veterans and then also some sick rookies like Johnson, like Guenther. So we're going to get to the draft now. Like I said, we know there's some pretty good players we can take. Retired players. Ovechkin retires. He sees Michkov win the Richard Start his rookie year. He realizes there's a new OV in the NHL. His name's Matvey Michkov. Hangs up his skates as the all-time NHL goal-scoring leader. He beat Gretzky's record by about 40 goals. Thornton also retired. Kind of figured that when he's in the AHL. That is insane. 69 overall. Nice. Had 17 goals and 72 assists in the AHL. 89 points. I mean, there's no way he did that as a 69 unless, let's take a look at his stats. Like, yeah, his passing's not even that good anymore. He must have just dropped off a ton after the AHL season, even though he went off with over a point per game. That's, I don't know, that's a weird one for sure. Parise, Perry, Jeff Carter, Dustin Brown, Duncan Keith, Chris Letang, Giordano, Bobby Ryan. I mean, you got some, everyday NHLers still in this list. Radulov, Filipula, Turris. Goaltending, Henrik Lundqvist, the King, hangs it up. Sam Pecorine. Lundqvist, unfortunately, I don't think wins a cup because Rangers won one. He wasn't there, and I don't think Washington or Winnipeg won them the seasons he was on their team. Jonathan Quick, Halak, Anderson, Elliott, Hutton. So, like I said, some actual, NHLers starting to retire here. Parise, Giordano now coaches. Turris and Perry are now scouts. So, we're just going to get to the draft, guys. Very excited to hopefully get some of those steals. That one guy, 50-50 low franchise who our scouts was looking at. Would love to get him. Alright guys, so at the draft here, trying to make a crazy trade with the Arizona Coyotes. I want their 46th overall pick this year to get that medium elite player. As well, I see they have Ekman Larsson on the block, who I like. He had 57 points this year, 32 years old, 8 overall, 4 years left, so really 3 years left, $8 million. Capobianco's just there for the salary. Morgan Riley, also 88. He only had, 42 points this year. I'm basically just trying to mix it up. He's also making $11.5 million, so we're saving $3 million on the salary. These three guys all aren't that great. Low top 9, low backup, but they like them. Second rounder in 2026. It's like a pretty equal trade. I think because the two things are on the block, they might do this. Trade's rejected, okay. We like Cosmere. Maybe I'll take him off. I need the third this year. Honestly, I could probably do without the third next year. We have 2/4. Come on. Trade still rejected. Alright guys, so I added Hill in here. He was one of our late first round picks that 1 year. 31st overall. He's 21 years old, 74 overall, medium top 6, which isn't too bad, but it's not amazing. If it gets us the second round pick to get a medium elite, plus save $3 million going from Riley to Ekman Larsson, I think it's worth it. See what the Coyotes say to this. Trade's accepted. Okay, so that's a big time trade. Hopefully it works out for us. And we're now at our pick right now, guys, in that second round. I want to quickly show you the first. High elite there, Smolinski, 83 overall. 80 medium elite, 80 medium elite. Detroit's again in the top 3. Fleury, Sullivan, both 79 medium elites. Okay, so kind of your standard top 5 draft there in a later year. Schroeder was the guy we wanted. Guaranteed medium elite. Let's see. NHL ETA's 5 years, but still, medium elite in the second round is a great pick. And 55 overall, so yeah, not too bad. A medium elite. Hopefully he can turn into a player for us. Now our next pick's pick number 80. I'm definitely not trading this pick because there's a guy who could be medium elite at this spot. I think it is this guy here. Glenn Cross, 3/4. It's like a 3 out of 4 chance to be medium elite. He's a sniper from Rimouski. And he is medium elite, 51 overall. Okay, so after, barely missing the playoffs this year, an unfortunate end of the season after the deadline, we've gotten 2 medium elite players so far in the second and third round. Now our next pick, 112 in the 4th, should be able to get that low franchise guy. 50-50 low franchise. Yeah, he's like 138. He's a gem. Edward Pera. NHL ETA 5 years. As long as he's medium elite. And he's a low elite. Okay, I mean, still not bad for the 4th line. He's a grinder. We'll need those eventually. Next pick here is the 6th round. I'm still very happy with our 3 picks so far. I want someone who's more NHL ready. Stan Ott there, Enforcer. Don't really need one of those. Noah Liston here for the London Knights. I mean, London Knights players are usually pretty good. That's my logic here. Medium 7th D. We have another pick in the 6th round. Guaranteed low elite gem. Stay School, I think is how you say it. I can't believe I almost missed this guy. Definitely take him. 51 low elite, late 6th round pick. Not bad at all. And we have a 7th round pick now. I think this is our last pick in the draft. Glubertans, an Enforcer. It's a pretty funny name. Guaranteed below bottom. We got these two guys. 50-50 chance to be medium top 6. Let's go with Selleck here, just because I think our scouts know more about him. And he's a medium bomb 6. Oh well. Still very happy with that draft. We got 2 medium elites, 2 low elites. Also, we saved $3 million going from Riley Ekman Larson. I think that worked out pretty well. And we're now at the resign phase here, guys, with just under $20 million in cap space. But Colson, of course, is our main focus. He's been playing great for us. Needs a new contract. $9.8 million for 7 years. Really isn't that bad. At 2 years, he's under $9 million, but it's really not saving us that much money. We'll see if he takes $9 million right on for 6 years. He's playing so well, he's scoring so much. Should continue to sim well. Bedard being an 86 there, making almost nothing, is really helping us out. DeLavy needs a new contract. 6.5 for 4 years. Definitely should have maybe done the bridge, so we could have had him this year for only 4. Rathbone's still making 3.5. Kopitar, I actually wanted to trade for like a 7th or something at the draft. I kind of forgot. I don't know if he's cursed or something. We brought him in and we played worse. I'm going to let him go. Maligan's now an 81, unless he wants nothing. He only wants $1 million. And we were getting a +1 with him on the 4th line, so I think he's just a fine player to stay there. Lind I'd like to keep as well, 1.7. Kind of expensive, I think. We'll do 1 year, 1.5, because he does have some potential, but definitely wasting him a bit on the 4th line. Unfortunately for him, just, better players in front. Nemestikov, Ferlin, if they're cheap. 80 overall for league minimum. I mean, why would I not take that? We'll do 1 year just in case he drops. Same with Ferlin. Oh, Ferlin wants 1.2. Okay, so Ferlin's getting let go. Svechnikov, 27.79. So done growing, just taking, honestly, ice time for younger guys. Same with McEwen there. And look at defenseman next year, guys. Obviously already qualified Ulevi. We'll see what happens there. Honestly, like Zaboral, Capobianco, 26.80. We got him as an add-on in Arizona. I think I could get probably Coughlin, Green. One of these guys should become an 80, and they'll be much cheaper. Terrence even, 25.79 league min. Good chance he becomes an 80. Siegenthaler's now 27, so let him go. And looking at our goalies, Demko and DiPietro are both signed. Parsons still an 81. AHL started there. Suman was also just an add-on. Skinner's 25.79. Ellis 23.75. Ellis has been 3rd string AHL, so I'll release him, let him go play AHL somewhere else. Yakupov, 20.58 medium French. Probably someone better for agency. Skinner, I guess I'll keep as the AHL backup. I'm still surprised. Like, I thought our AHL team was pretty good, but apparently I was wrong. Nemestikov rejects our offer, even though we gave him exactly what he wanted. Let's see. Ferentz there accepts. Hopefully he comes in 80. Podkolzin wants a bit more money. Actually, it says I was clear on how long I wanted to stick with the team. I guess I think I gave him like 1 year less. We'll try giving him exactly what he asked for. Skinner there, Clegg, Stanika, Gadjevich, Lind. So mostly just all the AHL guys signed. Maligan as well. We'll try giving Podkolzin $9 million for 7 years, see what he says. Also offering Nemestikov an extra of $750K here. It really doesn't matter, but I'd like to keep him. There we go, he does sign with the team. Podkolzin, though, wants a bit more money. Try 9.25. Still wants more money. To make sure we qualify him here, because he's being a bit of a stickler. Try 6 years, 9.5. And there we go, Podkolzin finally accepted his offer. We still have 10.2 here. DeLavy wanted 6.5. I'm willing to wait on him, though, because I might trade him for like a defensive defenseman. I feel like we need one. Both Hughes brothers, honestly, they're offensive. That'd be kind of ideal, I think, to get them the most chem. Although, DeLavy and Quinn get +3 on the top pair. I think I'm still going to wait for now, though. And looking at free agency here, guys, curious who's available. Austin Matthews, high franchise potential he grew to from high elite. That's pretty crazy. Or maybe I might have had him at medium franchise, minor high elite. I forget. But either way, he grew to high franchise. 94 overall. Kevin LeBank's an 89. Cahoon there, Ryan O'Reilly. They all want so much money. This Watt guy here, drafted by Minnesota, 2nd overall. He wants to get paid. Larkin's again a free agent. JVR still 87 at 35 years old. Mike McLeod up to an 87. He usually does actually grow pretty well. Marchessault there. Anthony Mantha. Maybe him and Larkin will sign on the same team. Join together again, kind of like Korea and Solani. Alex Newhook, 85 overall, RFA. 60-point guy there, 29 goals. And his shot's not even that great. And he still just tears it up. Look at all these free agents. There's honestly so many good ones available. I'll definitely see if there's any like value ones. In terms of goaltending, Hellebuck's the best one there. Look at two-way here, potential. There's a low elite, 22.65, which really isn't that great. So yeah, I don't really think anyone worth signing. Now in terms of two-way skaters, just for Boquist, 25.79. We tried signing him last year. I believe he's an RFA. This time he's a UFA. Bill Thomas as well, 24.78, medium top 6. Could get up to an 80. Pierre-Olivier Joseph, 25.78, medium top 4. I guess Penguins giving up on him now. Mikey Anderson, 25.78. We have like pretty good AHLD, but I'm basically just hoping one of these guys we signed grows into an 80 and is a cheap bottom pair NHL defenseman for us. And I'm sorting two-way players by rating now. Adam Ernie here, power forward, 80 overall. Could take over for VC fourth line, and obviously looking for that +3. Cousins Galchenyuk here. Now Cousins does have the fourth line role. I'm really not sure how much that matters, as Galchenyuk's stats there are just better. Same potential. I'm going to try and sign Galchenyuk here. Maybe he'll be fourth line with Malga on the side, Lind. Just kind of giving us some options. And look at defenseman here, guys. The top free agent available is Kalinin, 22 years old, 87 overall, medium elite potential. He was actually drafted by Detroit first overall in like the 2020.5 draft. He's a defensive defenseman, which is actually exactly what we're looking for, but he wants a lot of money. He's an RFA, so we actually don't even have the picks to draft him, as we don't have our first next year, or if we wanted to trade for him, it would cost a lot. Now, there are some really nice defensemen available and not too much money either. Brett Pesce here, 85 overall, right-handed defensive defenseman. Exactly what we're looking for to play with Quinn Hughes, or Luke Hughes for that matter. Devin Tays here, 85, left-handed, two-way defenseman. And then Chernik, 85 overall, right-handed defensive defenseman. I could see Pesce playing top pair with Quinn Hughes, Chernik second pair with Luke Hughes. Now, because all three are pretty nice, I'm actually going to offer all three of them a contract. We have $10.2 million, so I think we should be able to sign two of the three. And basically, I'm assuming probably one of them picks another team for whatever reason. Pesce here has, three teams interested. So I'm going to make an offer on all three and basically just, hope we get one of them. So I'm going to start with Devin Tays here. He's the oldest. I'm thinking, I don't know, 5.6 for 3 years. It says 10.2, but basically they're taking over for a guy making $1 million. So we probably have closer to 12. Pesce's 29. Try like 5.65 for 5 years. Chernik 27 is actually the youngest. I kind of like him the most. 5 years, only until he's 32. We'll try, I don't know, 5.75 for Chernik. So hopefully, like I said, two of those three accept. So we'll start simming here and see what happens. I think when I was looking at all of them in terms of chemistry, they were probably good fits on the second pair. So it didn't really tell me much. DiPietro, I'm not giving away for 2/3. And Adam Ernie accepts. Okay, that's nice. Mikey Anderson, Boquist, Galchenyuk. Hopefully none of this affects our salary cap AHL guys. Brett Pesce, there we go. So I really could see him top pair with Quinn Hughes. Devin Tays did not offer enough money, decides to go with the Montreal Canadiens. And Eric Chernak didn't offer enough money, went with the Boston Bruins. So that's why we did what we did. Still, we got Pesce, very happy with that. I could still try and make a trade, I think, for another defensive defenseman, either using Levy or Rathbone. And check this out, guys. I was looking for a value contract. Tom Wilson here. 30 years old, 86 overall, only wants $3.5 million. He's a power forward, so again, I'm just thinking chemistry-wise could really help us out. 5 years is a bit much for me. 30 years old, I'm thinking pay him till he's 33. Give him $4 million. He's an 86. He should be good for at least 3 more years. Also, I noticed Jordan Eberle only wants 4.2 as an 86. JVR is an 87. 1 overall higher, wants double the money. Year older as well. Also, Tyler Toffoli's available. 32.85, wants $4 million. Why not bring Toffoli back with the Canucks? That'd be kind of cool. Now, I think I'm going to keep an eye on both Toffoli and Eberle, as I'm going to make some trades. And if we get some cap room, I'll probably try and sign one of them. I'm looking around the league right now, guys, to make a trade. And Devin Tays took an extra $25K for the Montreal Canadiens. I'm pretty sure I offered him 5.5. It might have even been 5.6, so I'm kind of annoyed now. So next year, guys, trying to make a weird trade with the St. Louis Blues to get Colton Parayko. He's another right-handed defensive defenseman. A guy I think we need on this team. Offering up Levy, who's currently unsigned, same rating. Rathbone's only 1 overall below. Now, the value's on our side, but Parayko there signed for 4 more years at 5.8. I want them to retain 50%. So he'd be making less than $3 million for us. which is why, you know, I'm willing to kind of give them a 2-for-1 here as we get a guy cheaper, a guy we really need, right-handed defensive defenseman. We'll see what the Blues say to this. Trades rejected. Yeah, I kind of figured the 50% salary was just too much for them. Now, this is interesting, guys. I see that St. Louis has Costa on the block as well. 25 years old, 85 overall, unsigned right now. I thought about maybe signing him instead of Wilson, but Wilson, of course, is free. 25 years old, 85 overall, power forward. If we do this, I don't know if we still have the money for Wilson, but even if we don't, we have Costin now. It's pretty equal. I like this trade for us. Trades rejected. I thought that was actually like really fair. They have both guys on the block, pretty equal value. We have 2 fourths next year. I'll go with a 3rd round pick to make this happen. Wow. Oh, they can't afford to sign the Levy. Okay, so they like the trade's got to be around Rathbone for Parayko. Adding a 2nd round pick in 2027. And there we go. Trade gets done. Now, as it turns out, Tom Wilson wasn't going to sign with us anyways. He went with the Predators there. He said, I appreciate your interest. Decided to go with another team at this time. Honestly, I'm going to circle back to St. Louis and see if we can get Costin. I'm sure you Canucks fans aren't going to like this one. Trading away your Levy and Lind, your young players. But the team needs a shake-up. See if we can bring in Klim Kostin. Trade's accepted. Okay, so there we go. We'll have $3.5 million to get Costin signed. I'm going to wait on that. I don't think we have enough money to get to Foley, but if someone else, you know, slips in the summer and gets real cheap, we'll sign them. Otherwise, we're going to have a, you know, real cheap 4th line. So I'm looking at the available free agents again here, guys. I'm going to take a bit of a risk and hoping to get Costin signed in the fall. And right now, try and sign Arvidsson. 84 overall, only wants $2.7 million. It's so cheap. I'm going to offer 2.8 because, I mean, all the money is coming down for these guys as, you know, time passes in the summer. There's still a lot of decent players, like Joe Pavelski we could potentially get. He's 83 overall at 40 years old, but still has good defensive stats. Just kind of curious here. Dal Carlson 80. I'm not giving up a 3rd and a 5th for that, as better guys available for free. Are you kidding me? Didn't offer him enough money. We offered him more money. Signs with sort of our rival there in the Sharks. Looking at some more cheap forward options, guys. I see Yarncroc here, another former Predator. 82 overall, wants 1.4. I'll give him that 1 year. Zach Hyman there. Wants 1.7. No one's interested. I'll offer him 1.5 for 1 year. See what he says. Adam Lowry as well. Be kind of the perfect 4th line center. 80-60 awareness, 90 face-offs. Maybe offer him 1 year, 1.5. Adam Lowry, though, goes to the Canadiens, so just like Devin Tays. Yarncroc Devils. Not trading you DiPietro Senators. And we're waiting to hear from Hyman. Goes to the Islanders. We did, you know, shortchange him a little bit. Honestly, that was because, like, I wanted him for like a certain price, essentially. Wayne Simmons, 71 overall. I don't know if you guys saw. He wanted $3 million. I'm looking at Joe Pavelski here. He's 40 years old. His stats are all still pretty good other than his skating. I'm wondering if he actually might be worth signing. I feel like he could play 3rd line center for us. 3rd line winger, 4th line center. He could kind of fit anywhere. 2.75. He's still hanging around. I'm going to do 1 year. He wants 2.6. I'll do 1 year, 2.6. Maybe we bring in Joe Pavelski. And there we go. Joe Pavelski is a Vancouver Canuck. I think we're probably good now as long as we get Costin signed. And now that it's the fall, guys, I was able to move around some contracts. We have 3.6 million in cap space. No one ever gave an offer sheet to Costin. 1 year, 2.2. 2 years, 4.7. We can't afford that. So we'll offer from 2.1 there for 1 year. They'll still give us about 1.5 million in cap space at the deadline, which isn't a lot, but it's something, and there we go, already accepted. Alright guys, so it's time to start next season. I want to show you what this team is looking like. Definitely a bit different. After we make the playoffs, I figured it was time for some changes. Team stats, though, is still Bayer. Now, first line here, we have Podkolzin, Peterson, Bedard, getting a +3. I figured these are like the 3 faces of our forward group. Podkolzin usually has the most goals, 90 overall, medium elite at 23. Peterson, of course, high elite. Bedard, high franchise. These guys will be playing like 293s and 89, should go off. Besser, Horvat, and Barkov is the second line. I feel like Besser has to be in the top 6. 88 overall, he's dropped by 2, but he's too good of a sniper. I mean, before last year, he's putting up over a point per game. Then we put him on the 3rd line. It just didn't work. So even though we could have better chemistry, if we switched him with, say, Hoglander, it'd be a +3 for the second line. He's just a way better player, I think, than Hoglander, even with the boost, as Hoglander's shot just isn't that great. Speaking of Hoglander, he's on the 3rd line there with Pavelski and Costin, getting a +1. And the 4th line here, just a bunch of misfits, getting a +3. Nemesnikov, Galchenyuk, and Ernie. So that worked out pretty well. Also, too, if I wanted to, I could switch Peterson and Barkov here. So the second line gets a +3. Barkov, of course, is 1 higher than Peterson, but I think Peterson's a lot more offensive. He's got the higher potential. This makes more sense to me, have the top line have +3. Defensively, it's better now, but our chemistry there, you can see, is just kind of average. Ekman Larson and Hughes, though, so the 2 best guys are on the top pair. Parayko and Luke Hughes on the second pair. Luke Hughes' whole offense, and then Parayko there shut down. Should be a nice compliment. It's a Boral Pesce bottom pair. Pesce, even though he's getting third pair minutes on all the PKs, so that should be fine. Speaking of which, I haven't really gone through all the power play and stuff, but I was actually able to get +5 already on the PK unit with new players, so that worked out really well. Goaltending wise, you guys can see Demko still starting. He has dropped to an 87. DiPietro there, though, still at 84, backing him up. So, new look team. Hopefully, our team plays better. I feel like this is a lot more balanced than last year. One of the problems was we just had too many offensive defensemen. That's why I had to trade Rathbone, had to bring in guys like Parayko, like Pesce. So, hopefully this is better. AHL teams, so they're kind of stacked. Cooley here on the first line with Malgin and Hosang get a +3. The rest of the lines all get +1. And you can see they're all high 70s except for Rupsov there who's an 80. And then Ninimo there who's a 70. I'm wondering if there's anyone even higher than him scratched. Wow, Joseph is 78 scratched. Ishkakov there, 76. We don't get the boost unless we put Rupsov on the fourth line. I'm wondering, could switch him for Korolev there. So yeah, all +1s again, and everyone's, a high 70. And in terms of the defense, guys, we have Ferentz and Green on the top pair. Both 79s get a +3. Joseph and Clegg on the second, and Anderson and Coughlin on the bottom pair. Literally just picking up every other team's defenseman who sort of looks like a bust, but he's a good AHL defenseman at least. Goaltending-wise, Parsons and Skinner still, this should be a Calder Cup winning AHL team. They're stacked throughout. They have good chemistry. I don't know why our AHL team didn't make the playoffs the last 2 years now. Makes no sense to me. In terms of overalls here, give you guys a look at the NHL team. So, offense is 97, defense 93, goaltending 89. That looks pretty good. Captaincy hasn't changed. Horvat still wears the C. Pearson and Hughes ran the 2As. But that's it, guys, for this season. Looking forward to the next one. Hopefully this team can bounce back. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.